You're listening to Top 4, a new series presented by the GamePitch podcast.
Join hosts Brandon and Eli as they build gaming Mount Rushmores every week.
Enjoy topics that range from the best multiplayer types to the top bug Pokemon.
Catch fresh episodes of Top 4 every Wednesday on the Project Nerd Network.
And don't miss new episodes of the GamePitch podcast, dropping every Monday morning.
Let's get ready to rank.
Hello and welcome to the Top 4 or More podcast presented by GamePitch on the Project Nerd Gaming Network. I'm Elijah, and as always, I am joined by Brandon.
What it do, baby?
Oh, you know we're bringing back something by popular demand. Actually, no one demanded it, but we're just doing it again because we love it and we think it's cool. But if you never listened before, we rank things, video game things, and we tell you what's the fourth best of that and what's the best of that in our personal opinions. Brandon, what did you pick this time?
Dog, I picked top 4 water Pokemon.
May I ask why, sir?
Yeah, you darn tootin'. You and I were having a conversation, and we were having a conversation about tier lists, and I believe you sent me a picture of like a Pokemon tier list, and I was like, wow, we should talk about Pokemon on the top 4 again, because we did this before. We did top 4 bug Pokemon, and you did that because you didn't think that bug Pokemon got enough love. And I'm doing this one just because I like water Pokemon.
Yeah, you do. And you would say like generally that's the starter you lean towards, right?
100% that is the starter I lean towards. In fact, there has been one time where I've picked a non-water starter. It's when I picked I can't remember the starter's name. Blaziken, Torchic.
Oh, Torchic, okay.
And I got to a point where I needed like a water Pokemon for Surf, obviously, because that's what that game did. And I couldn't find one, and I was like, this was the worst decision I have ever made in my life. I hate you, Torchic. No, I love Torchic, but that was the only time that I haven't picked a water starter.
Gotcha. Okay. No, that makes a ton of sense. I can get with that. So I guess that kind of almost also answers the question, what do water Pokemon mean to you? Because they are your affiliation starter Pokemon. They are like, they're kind of like your, they define you as a Pokemon player, right? You're like, I'm a guy who picks water starter.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've never liked grass starters ever. Not a single one. Maybe
man down. I've been hit.
Oh, I'm aware. If the people aren't aware, that's Elijah's jam. He loves his grass starters
more than anything. They're the best.
Yeah, they're your water Pokemon,
exactly.
Essentially. But yeah, they're just my favorite. I typically think that they have like the coolest evolution cycle or path, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I think that they just give a pretty strong starting Pokemon in general.
Yeah, and I think people will find this out or probably understand this about me. Maybe if you listen to GamePitch and you listen to the Top 4 and More podcast on the Project Nerd Gaming Network, that I'm kind of more of a fan of when Pokemon's like, hey, this is this animal and we gave it an element. So like that's a fire fox and that's a psychic beam shooting duck. Like that's that's when I think Pokemon's at its best, not when it's like inanimate object becomes this or like God becomes that. Like it just like weird to me. So I always we're just like, hey, that's bird, but that's the fire bird or that's the electric bird. I always like the elemental versions of people the most, I think.
Yeah, I can support that sentiment. I typically think that those types of Pokemon are the most interesting at the very least from like a design perspective. I think like the Reggies are like a great example of that. Inanimate objects, not that cool, but like when you've got like a fire chicken, I don't know why I keep talking about Torchic, but a fire chicken's like much cooler than like a rock. You feel?
Yeah, I completely feel. So then let's get into our honorables, or if you have any dishonorables, my friend.
This might be the most honorables and dishonorables I've ever had on Top 4 or More. And I think it's because as I was going through like, just water Pokemon in general, I noticed that there are 3 types of water Pokemon. There are water Pokemon that I hate, water Pokemon that I barely recognize, and water Pokemon that I love.
Okay. That's really smart. So I want to hear your dishonorables then.
So dishonorables, I've got Cloyster, because just what a gross looking thing, I got Tentacruel because he was so close to being cool, but he's got like I don't think it's not a nose, it's like a claw type thing, but he's got
Yeah,
that
okay.
Squidward nose. I have Lapras. I don't know why I don't like Lapras. I just really don't like Lapras.
Okay.
And then I have Golduck
Okay. Okay. All right. And wait, why the hate on Golduck?
because I think it's like a terrible evolution.
Okay.
I just don't like that.
Not the same color, kind of bigger, and like it's like he got way hot when he grew up, kind of thing. Like ripped and jacked, and started off as this little like yellow duck.
Yeah, definitely. 100% that. He's also just like unnecessarily aggressive looking.
See, I like Psyduck a lot, actually. Or sorry, I like Golduck a lot. I actually really
Okay.
like Golduck. Not as like necessarily because I think it's a good evolution. I just think that it looks cool. Like
Sure.
I like Angry Mad Duck.
Yeah, all right. That's fair. That's fair. Do you have any dishonorables that you would like to share, or shall I get into my honorables?
I do have a dishonorable, and I think you'll appreciate this because it's two Pokemon that, when you look at them, they should be water Pokemon, but they're not, and it's stupid. And the first one's Dratini. Like, how is
Oh,
Dratini not
yeah.
a water Pokemon? Like, why is it not Water Dragon? That's really stupid. It doesn't make any sense to me. And then the other one is like Lugia, because Lugia is psychic and flying, but like every time you see Lugia, it's like near the ocean, diving into the water. It's like a whale bird. Like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like Lugia should be a water type Pokemon in addition to flying. I don't know. It's weird. Every time I see Lugia, it's just like associated with the ocean. So it's weird to me.
Until this moment, I definitely thought that Lugia was a water Pokemon. So yeah, that's very disappointing to find out. Why don't they just give him 3 types? Just come on.
Yeah, look, if you're
Come
gonna
on.
like change up Pokemon, like legendary Pokemon having 3 types, not terrible. They are legendary, right? Like,
Yeah, I agreed. We could that could be a whole side quest on its own, but I digress. Shall we get into the honorable?
Yes, sir. And I have the most honorables I've ever had as well this time because they're also fucking cute. Okay, give me yours.
Cool. So I have Swampert. I really
Okay.
like he's a big boy, right? I like his almost he's almost got like that gorilla kind of stance. He's got like the bigger arms than he does legs. He's got like
Yes. Yeah.
like a weird like frog head. I also thought it was cool that they did water and ground together like that, because those two typically don't mix. But you know, he's a muddy boy. I got Magikarp and Gyarados just because I love that dynamic. You know, just so
Yeah.
much.
You can achieve any dream. It doesn't matter how small you start.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I have Empoleon because what a cool design. What a stellar design. He was one of the starter Pokemon evolutions, if you don't know, and his design is based off of an Emperor Penguin. And by golly, he sure does look like an Emperor Penguin. If an Emperor Penguin could mess your life up.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Oh, yes. Oh, wow. Yeah, that is a great design, especially like how his beak becomes the crown. Like, that's super cool.
Yes, very much so. And then my last honorable here is Vaporeon because I love Eevee and I love all of Eevee's evolutions, but I think Vaporeon was one of the best. I like the mermaid type tail especially.
See, I'm out on Eevee and all of its evolutions because, like, for whatever reason, it wasn't like super duper popular. And then, like, the Pokemon propaganda machine was just like, let's make Eevee a Pikachu level like star. Like, that just came out of nowhere to me, and I was just like, I don't buy it. I'm not gonna take whatever medicine you're trying to shove down my throat, Nintendo.
Mom said it's my turn to be the team mascot or the company mascot.
Yeah, man. Like, Eevee was not that like high level, and then like just out of nowhere became like one of the main Pokemon. Like, it has a Build-A-Bear before Pokemon I'd say were way more recognizable or important, like Mew.
Yeah, I'd agree. Does Mew have a Build-A-Bear now? Because I might have to invest in that.
I don't think it does, but I would like it to have one because Mew is like just, I think, and this is like a weird thing because we're not like actually like thinking about all of this or like haven't done any research, but like just objectively, the design of Mew I think is like the coolest thing that Pokemon produced.
I'd have to agree, only because I feel like in the early stages of Pokemon, I don't know, it was just as a product of its time, definitely like the best. And then Pokemon got like way crazy in later gens, and some of their designs are I don't know, maybe a little too much for me. But yeah, I agreed.
Okay, so a lot of I'll just run through my honorable mentions real quick because none of
Let's
them are
do
like
it.
that important. It's just mainly like, did that water boy have a big silly open mouth and look cute? If yes, then honorable. So Quagsire, like just look at that fucking, he's just like bah, and then
Yeah.
Whooper just like bah, and then freaking Spiel just like ugh, like just they're all great. And then Shelder, when you were like hating on Cloyster, I was just like, that's, I mean, like Cloyster's the most vaginal looking Pokemon. That's so rude, Brandon. How dare you? And then but Shelder has like little like tongue sticking out. It's like bleh, and I love it. And then I put Psyduck on here too because mainly I think because Psyduck's run in the cartoons with Misty just being very funny, like just ruining everything, being an absolute like anxiety ball and just sucking at stuff. Just was just really enjoyable to see in the show.
Yeah, agreed. That's a solid list of honorables, my friend.
Now that I've given everything some honor, let's get into the real honors and let's do your number 4.
Elijah, I loved that you prefaced your honorables with your criteria the way that you did, like, just being cute little guys. Because my number 4 is just a cute little guy too. His name is Weasel.
I don't know. Do I know Weasel? Let me see this.
Maybe he's. But look at him though. Look at him. I'll give you a minute.
How do I spell Weasel?
Buizel. He's a Gen 4. Probably why you don't know him.
Yep. See, that's when I fall off. Oh my gosh, he's an otter. Look at him.
He's an otter. He's got little flappy things on his arms. He's got like a little,
Like a life preserver around his neck.
yeah, it's adorable. Look at him. I love otters. They're one of my favorite animals. Like anytime I go to like a zoo or an aquarium and there's an otters, you better believe I'm going to spend 10 to 15 minutes just watching those cute little suckers.
Here's the thing, this name is actually ingenious too, because what is an otter if not a water weasel? And then what is a buoy? Like a buoy is a thing that floats in the water. Weasel, this is incredible. What a good name.
Yes, absolutely. Also, he can like apparently like he's got the whole tails thing going on. Fly with his tails.
Oh, he
Like
has double
tail
tails. I see him. Yeah. Wow. Okay. What a versatile Pokemon you've added to this list here.
pretty neat. Again, I mean I shouldn't say again, but I don't think that the later generation Pokemon are typically the best from a design perspective, but there are a few occasions where they bring back that magic that they had from some of the earlier generations, and I think this is a great instance of mixing old with new.
This guy could have easily been in Gen 1 or 2. Like if like you just like moved him and put him in the Pokedex, I don't think anyone would be like, "Oh, that looks out of place." Like art-wise, he looks of a piece with the rest of the early gen Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly. That's my number 4 though, Elijah. What's yours?
Oh, it's Horsey. You seen that cute little stinker? It's so cute. I love him.
I have seen that one. That's I just don't like that he gets so mean in his evolution again. Like they start out so cute and then suddenly they're mean boys.
Is that not the experience of human life? You start out a cute little baby and then you grow into a mean, dumb adult.
I am quite grumpy these days.
I don't have much to say about Horsey other than I think it's cute. We could do your number 3 friend.
My number 3 is Greninja.
Oh, excellent choice. Very cool. Excellent design.
Yeah, exactly. It was mostly the design for me, but also Greninja is one of my mains in Smash. I love his counter and his teleport.
Mm.
Uh, but ninjas were my thing when I was younger, and you know, ninja Pokemon, sign me up. He's got like the water shurikens going on. He's got like it's 90% of this decision was the tongue scarf, if we're being honest.
Yeah, the tongue scarf is just like chef's kiss quality. Like just
It's
great
top
job,
tier.
guys. Yeah, top tier.
Yeah.
Top tier design. So good.
Top tier design. But honestly, yeah, that's so I know you mentioned at one point, and I don't know why I don't know why I just thought of this, but Ash had like a special Greninja in one of the shows, right?
Yeah, I like fused with him. It's like Ash Greninja. So like it was him, but Greninja. It's weird.
That's less cool than I thought it was. And I don't like this design as much as I thought I would either. That's unfortunate. Well, moving on. Elijah, what's your number 3?
This is gonna be the number one member of our group here, not member, but member.
Meeper. Oh, I knew
It's
what you mean.
it's the Mudkips. You know, he's a meme online. He's great. And Mudkips is another one of those. Like, I look how I'm not even calling him Mudkip. I'm calling him Mudkips with an S because of the meme. But he's just another one of those little boys that, like, he opens the mouth all wide and he's like, "Wah!" And you're just like, I love you, you stupid little frog thing.
I don't know the meme, and I feel like I'm really missing out because I love Mudkip. Obviously, Swampert was one of my honorables. What can you explain the meme to me?
I think anytime you explain a meme, it loses its power. But it's
Hmm.
basically like, does Mudkip approve of this? Or like Mudkip's approve? Like, yeah, it's like an approval meme essentially.
Okay, yeah, you're right. That doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah, it was. You had to be. It was. It was one of those early memes, like the Millhouse one. Like, it
Yeah,
was like
okay.
super early. Like, you're the man now, dog. Like, yes,
Very
yes, push the
very
keys for
niche.
God's sake. Yeah, very, very like early 4chan days.
Okay, all right. There's wow. Why is this one doing that? I declare. Okay, yep. Anyways, that's no, that's a solid pick. Yeah, I really like Mudkip. He's what are those things on his cheek?
I don't know. I'd have to mud.
That works
I
for
don't know.
me.
I mean, like little fins, little. God, Mudkip's so cute. He's got that big old mohawk and tail. Well, just what a great style Pokemon. I love Mudkip.
Yeah, it's the large mouth really bumps up the cuteness level,
Yeah, it
like you
takes it to
said.
like another stratosphere. It's just incredible. Buddy, what's your number two?
My number 2 is Psyduck.
Oh yeah, yeah, good choice.
Thank you. Yeah, I just I feel like I'm the embodiment of Psyduck. He's just I love his characterization in both the show and the Detective Pikachu movie. Because, like you said, he's just a big ball of anxiety who's always just messing stuff up, and that's me. That's me.
Oh, buddy. Oh no. What do you need? Do you need me to come over there in a Misty cosplay and just stroke your head to make you feel all good?
I whatever the opposite of that is what I need.
So not me in short shorts and suspenders with a wig. Gotcha. Gotcha.
I tell you what I need. I need psychic powers,
Yeah.
like my boy Psyduck.
Yeah, like, it's kind of fun how powerful Psyduck is for how tiny and like not like able to
Capable.
do yeah, capable of anything. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, agreed. It's one of those. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's like any other Pokemon I could really think of that's like that. But yeah, he's got a great design and love the characterization. And again, just like a super powerful Pokemon for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, but like does not look threatening at all. Doesn't have
Yeah,
claws of any kind, doesn't have like scary mandibles or feet, just like the flattest, roundest bill. Like nothing about Psyduck is like intimidating in
threatening.
any way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, so that's again like one of the reasons that Golduck was one of my dishonorables because I love Psyduck and then he's got to just turn into that mean boy. But it is what it is. I digress. Elijah, what's your number 2?
Pal, my number two is Gyarados. I love Gyarados. I think it's one of the coolest Pokemon design wise. It's like, I think it's the most like Asian influenced of the like the Pokemon like that appear in the first Gen 1. It has, that very classic like zodiac dragon type of design. I love it.
Yeah, I didn't make that connection until you said that it had that look. But yeah, agreed. It's got that vibe to it for sure. I say it isn't Pokemon gender kind of a weird thing.
Yeah, yeah, because they have like little different. They have different fins. Like female Pikachu has like a heart shaped tail, and regular or boy Pikachu has a flat tail. I don't want to not regular Pikachu, but like the original Pikachu has flat tail, and then they did the genders and made the boy and the girl one. And like that's like, oh, the girl one has a heart tail. It's like, ah, guys, really? But like other times it's just like little tweaks, like their noses are longer, their tails are different colors at the tip. It's like small things like that. But I think another reason that I really like Gyarados is because it's one of the few Pokemon that you can get that when it evolves, which is level 20 originally back in the day, like it looked badass. And a lot of the other Pokemon, you had to get to like the mid 30s before they would do their evolution and get badass looking.
Yeah, that's fair. A lot of the good ones are much further up there. I didn't realize it was so low. I definitely, maybe it's because have played newer Pokemon games more recently, but I definitely thought that Gyarados was like a level 30 or 40 evolution.
So the other thing that I just wanted to highlight is like you were talking about basically how you don't like how they get mean, but I think that that's like a marketing tool. It's like, yo, we're gonna appeal to the kids with these like soft looking cute little animals, and then as you grow up they're gonna get more badass. And so like when you're 13 you kind of make your Pokemon team maybe look a little more badass, or like filled with like Scythers, Kabutos, things that like have like blades and knives as hands, versus when you're like 8 you might be like, oh, I'm gonna have all the cute ones.
Yeah, no, that's an interesting perspective. I definitely feel like when I was younger and playing Pokemon, I immediately went for the badass ones. But
Right
I
away
see the
you're just
point you're
like
making.
only badass Pokemon. Well, like the one Pokemon in the game that's like the actual dragon is like all round and fluffy, like Dragonite's like, or it's
Yeah,
like so like round and fat and bubbly. You're like, you're supposed to be a dragon. What are you doing? You're delivering mail? What's going on?
just a real soft boy. Yeah.
Let's move on from Gyarados. He's great. Hydro Pump, excellent move. Hyper Beam, even cooler. But Brandon, what's your number?
My number one is my first Pokemon ever, Elijah. It's Squirtle.
I knew it had to be.
Of course, of course. It's again, I think I definitely have like a special connection with my first Pokemon. And it's crazy to think that, that that can happen like in the show, but it was the start of a wonderful relationship with this series of games. This, obviously like a whole genre, right? Like
Mhm.
almost a cornerstone in my life, really. And he was like the first Pokemon that like never left my party, obviously. And he's got great evolutions. Like I love War Turtle and the I don't know if I pronounced that right. I think it's War Turtle, but he's got like the firefighter War Turtles from the cartoon. That was
Mhm.
great. Blastoise, obviously a badass. And I actually never saw the Gigantamax Blastoise until today, but oh lord, that's a big boy.
With all them cannons, like he's a freaking battle station. I love it.
Yeah, yeah. The cannons, especially on Blastoise, man, that was like my favorite piece of that design. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what else I could really say about it that would convey what Squirtle means to me. He's my little buddy.
He's your little buddy, your little pal, your little friend.
Yeah, yeah. What's your number one?
Well, friend, my number one, and you're doing the reverse. You know how I always hurt you by putting an honorable mention, or your number one is an honorable mention. I love Lapras. I don't think there's a water Pokemon better than Lapras. It's the Loch Ness monster, but it can be super cute, but then it can be freaking mischievous. And like every time Lapras has angry eyes, I'm like, this is great. And it's also like the most musical Pokemon. So me being a choir kid, I love it. And it's just very, very, very like I love the design. I don't know. I love Lapras. Like I like turtles too, so it's like a water turtle. Like I love it. I love it a lot.
Okay, I can respect your reasonings
Wrong
behind that.
opinion.
Yeah, I'll let you have this one. No, I didn't realize Lapras was like a musical. Is that I must
Yeah,
missed
if
that
you
episode.
so and this is how popular Lapras is. It's one of the few Gen 1 Pokemon to get a Gigantamax in the new series, and you'll see there's all these like music notes flying around it. Like it does lullabies. It's kind of like the siren song kind of thing with like it would like sing to sailors and then like make them kill themselves like on the rocks or whatever. So it's like
Wow, that's
mischievous and
pretty
evil in a way. Yeah, there was like some messed up stuff with Lapras back in the day. It was a weird one.
pretty metal. That's
Yeah.
I might
Yeah.
have a new respect for Lapras.
Yeah, Lapras is metal, dude. Like very.
Okay, that's not a bad pick. I like that. I will say looking at it now, I don't hate the design as much as I thought I did, but still not my favorite. It's, I think it's almost got a little too much going on for me. It's like the horn, the shell, the little flippers. It feels like it's trying to do
It is doing a lot, but I think that because like this is before Pokemon had genders, so I think that Lapras was one of the most like female or like exuded so much feminine energy. And a lot of the Pokemon back in the day, like there weren't like boy Jinxes, you know what I mean? Like Jinx was a lady,
Yeah.
and like a lot of there was like the Mr. Mime, that's a boy, the Hitmonchan, Hitmonlee, like there were definitely more masculine and more feminine like versions of Pokemon, and that they lean that way too as animals. But in the future, of course, of the series, they open it up and there's male and female versions of like a ton of these Pokemon. But I always like thought that like Lapras was like a cool lady pal kind of thing.
Yeah, I think it's the eyes and like the very soft hue of the blue. That's yeah, I know, I agree. That's also super interesting. I didn't know that Pokemon didn't have genders until later on.
Yeah, I believe that's the case. I don't think that any of the first games had the genders because they added that and then they added the different artwork. I mean, I could be wrong, but I mean, I'm pretty sure they didn't have genders in Gen 1.
No,
I don't
you're
remember that.
you're probably right. I didn't. My first Pokemon game was Fire Red, so like I
Mm.
missed those first couple.
Oh, yes, Pokemon Gold. Glorious.
Glorious. Well, Elijah, do you have anything else to say on the subject of water Pokemon?
Nah, man. I mean, your answer is the right answer. It's Squirtle. Squirtle is the best water Pokemon. It's just that my personal favorite one is Lapras. I think Lapras is cool. And even in the freaking the Orange Islands, like they were riding it around between the islands, like so like you could ride it around too. Like it was so useful. It's like
Oh,
a
definitely.
ocean taxi.
Ocean Taxi, I like that.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what we need. And that brings us to the end of this episode of the Top 4 or More podcast. You can check us out on projectnerd.com. They keep the lights on. Find us at Mr. Snow 97 and at Mario Arpegino on the old Twitter there. And then, of course, listen to this podcast on podcast services around the globe, like Apple and Google and Spotify and other places. Either way, thank you so much for listening. Brandon, take us away.
I hope you enjoyed this extra moist episode of the Top 4 and More. We'll see you here same time, same place next week.
Drip, drip, baby.